Ladies and gentlemen, Chris D'Elia is back, and he's ready to set the record straight. He's going to belittle those charges. Tonight, in his latest special, we purchased this 10 buckaroos. He's selling this exclusively to fans.
We watched it so you don't have to.
His brother, it was brutal. It's one of, I'll tell you this, he's really declined in professionalism. As far as just the gig of being a comic and going up there and being smooth, I mean, he's really taken some steps down. And this cancellation, wow, has this thing taken him for a ride? We're going to learn a few things here today. Let me find Chris D'Elia's new special, 700 megabytes, kiddos. Here it is. I'll play it from the beginning, and we'll see how this goes. Now, this was shot and directed by his brother, Matt D'Elia, right? Is that his name?
It was a downgrade.
So, in the family, remember his last special was on what, Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
And his newest special's on his brother. Okay, here it is.
Minnesota, are you ready? Woo! Give it up for Chris D'Elia!
Here he comes. So it's fairly, as you can see, blown out, especially at the 700 megabyte maximum download. He's got a white shirt, white shoes, completely blown out. You've got blotchy, pixelated lighting, all blown out over here. Great. Now, it's disturbing, right? It's disturbing to see this many people get on their feet and cheer for the disgraced comedian Chris D'Elia. All these people in the audience need a good zooming in on. Hopefully, when we get some crowd shots, we'll be able to examine the type of people that would scream and shout for somebody best known for his alleged rapes and sexual assaults and creepy stuff that he's done with women, right? They seem to not mind. It's the most startling part of it. They all seem kind of semi-normal. Maybe not, though. But they all just don't mind. And he's going to talk about it quite a bit here.
Yep.
You know, and he's always belittling the accusations as if he was canceled for jokes. And they all root him on as if he was just canceled for jokes. It's really strange. And it's really strange how these people refuse to even entertain an article or somebody's statement. They just want to look the other way. They became D'Elia fans. And you know what? They've invested too much. They can't turn back now. So they're going to look the other way to these allegations.
They don't want to hear it.
But they're going to hear a lot about it during this set. And it makes me think, it's like, aren't you sitting there going, you know, oh yeah, this guy's pretty fucking scummy. Let's see. Grow or die. And you should see the merch. He's got about 6 different pieces that he's selling. Merch. Grow or die. So he's claiming that he's grown. Which I don't think Chris understands what we're looking for here. We don't want you to grow. We want you to shrink into nothing. You understand? These alleged rapists who get canceled don't really understand this. We just want you punished. We don't want you to change. Okay? We don't want you growing. Chris is very confused and frustrated with the people out there that they're not allowing him to come back. But he's grown, he claims. He's not even using the word changed. He's grown. I've gone to therapy. I've talked about my issues, and I've grown. Okay. So we should like you now. That's what you would like. You would like us to like. Sorry, some things you can't ever like again. You know, when somebody's been accused of rape by so many different people or all, whatever it was. It's too much. It's not a mistake you made. It's the person you are. You know, and I'm sorry, but yeah, normal people can never like a guy like that again. It's one of the things about a guy that you shouldn't like. That should make you not like them. He doesn't seem to understand that as he begs for people to understand him in this disgusting new special, Grow or Die. He's honored. He's humbled.
Thank you. Thank you.
Imagine the victims
Thank
seeing
you.
this.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Wow.
Sounds awful.
Wow.
700
Thank you.
megabytes.
Thank you. I got canceled.
Ooh, you hear that noise, Floor? There's quite the rumble there in the headphones. Can you guys hear that at home? This is very poor quality for something you're charging for. You know, this is real. So you had to do the cheapest bandwidth possible. You didn't want to spend a dime. So you gave us what essentially is 480p quality for $10. Okay.
It's nice.
It's not looking good as far as if you want us to like you now.
Listen, it wasn't what you read, okay?
Listen to this. This is how it
There's a lot of
starts.
crazy things out there being said about me that just wasn't true, but that doesn't...
There's a lot of crazy things being said about me that just wasn't true. He never talked like this. He's nervous. Do you hear this? Listen to this. Am I going back here? No, that's forward. Listen to this.
Listen, it wasn't what you read, okay?
It wasn't what you read.
There's a lot of crazy things out there being said about me that just wasn't true.
Wasn't true.
But that doesn't mean that I didn't make mistakes, okay? I made mistakes, and, you know, it's been 3 years now. I've learned, and I'm learning, and...
Okay, so none of it was true, but you have made mistakes. You've been in therapy for a year. You're learning and growing. Well, for what? I thought none of it was true. So what are the mistakes that are true?
It's a process, but it's been 3 years, and a lot's changed in my life in 3 years. You know, like 3 years ago, for instance, one of the biggest things that changed in my life was I had my first baby boy. I had my first son.
Hide behind the sun. The sun shield. Shield me from the sun, they used to say. Now it's shield me with my son. This is how these accused really get out of this. They hide behind a new baby. We saw Drake do this. Remember when Drake was in his Pusha T beef and Drake was on the ropes there?
Yeah.
People were turning on him. All of a sudden, I love my kid. Look at my kid. And it turned into, oh, he's such a good dad. Instead of, oh, wow, Drake really sucks. Maybe we should be done with him. These guys use their son as shield.
Yes.
You hear
His
that
name is
cheer for
Calvin,
his son?
And he's cute as shit. He saved my life. No bullshit. I love this motherfucker, all right? He's awesome. He's
saved
white,
my life.
And, yeah, he's white. My son's white. He's like, you know, like he happens to be white, right? Like my...
A lot of sun talk in this special, by the way. If you like sun talk, you're in for a treat. What's our first code here of Chris's special?
Are you wanting to do all of them or just
No,
the names?
the highlights here, yeah. The highlights.
Well,
what do you think would be good?
You could go to 5345.
5345. Okay, what's this one going to be? Ooh, this is, yeah. Yeah, let's stick to this thread. 5345 coming up. 5345. So he's going to beg and plead here. This is pretty desperate. This is very cheeseburger. If you saw Andrew Santino's cheeseburger, let's see what he says. He wants to try to be better. We must let him.
I canceled again. At that point, I'd have to be like, fuck it, I'm trans. And run someone over. Sorry, I'm
Coming
a
up.
woman.
He was
He said
just
if he
doing
gets-
a bit
yeah.
about how he got edited out of a Netflix movie, but Caitlyn Jenner didn't, and she killed someone.
So he's been doing this a lot in this special. He's comparing other people who have done bad stuff and why aren't they canceled if he is. Okay.
I know this is uncomfortable to talk about, but fuck it, this is how I talk now. Okay?
Whoa.
I have nothing to lose.
Whoa! Nothing to lose. That's not good.
Fuck it! dead.
Ooh.
I have nothing to lose.
Uh-oh.
That's the thing. You can't shame somebody into being better. You can't shame someone into being the way that you think that they should be.
This is crazy. I mean, this is way more unhinged than I even remembered. I must have been so bored by the time we got up to this. I was barely paying attention. This is wild.
It was grueling to get through.
Ooh, listen to him. Look at this.
You think that they should be. You can't do that. Haven't you fucking seen Footloose?
Wait. What was the time code here?
53:45.
Okay.
Those motherfuckers keep dancing, okay? They dance harder. You can't do that. If you want someone to do better, you have to let them try.
Oh.
It's the truth, man. So I took a year off, man. I took a whole year off. I did nothing but go to therapy. I worked on myself, you know. I kept my side of the street clean. And it's hard, dude. It's not linear. It's a journey.
It's hard not to rape. I went to rehab. I tried my best. Isn't that good enough for you people? This is nuts.
You don't fix yourself in a fucking day.
Whoa.
It's a whole...
Okay, so if you're not fixed right now, you're not welcome back. Get it? But it takes a long time. Okay, then we're going to hate you for a long time. And we're going to hate you after you're fixed, too, by the way. He doesn't want to accept that as reality.
Yeah, man, I took a year off. And then I got back on stage, and people got re-mad, you know?
Look at these faces, too.
I got back on stage, and people were just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. That's
People
funny
were
to
like,
the audience.
Type so fucking hard.
Mocking the survivors.
People are mad, whatever, dude.
Whatever.
People are always gonna be mad.
Oh.
Right? They don't want you to change, that's the truth.
That is
People
the
are
truth.
always gonna be mad. And I see that shit. Man, I see it. I had to stop looking online, but I see it, you know? Like there's a guy who...
No, bro, I'm talking like Logan Paul now. He talk like me, now I talk like him. What's with the black side, Justin Timberlake? Guy's acting like Christina Aguilera.
Who wrote an article the other day, and dude, he goes like this. It was like,
Listen to
Chris Lee
this.
is back. Does anyone give a shit? Dude, and my favorite, the article was basically like, are you serious? Are we gonna just let Chris Lee back? Seems like, dude, he says, seems like a layup for comedy clubs not to book Chris Lee. My favorite part is,
Isn't the audience wondering why are people writing articles saying that you should never be allowed back? Isn't that a red flag in anyone's mind out
mean,
there?
they don't say that about
Comedy
that
clubs
many
are
people.
You've been edited out of a movie. Every comedy club has canceled you. They're writing articles about you constantly. Maybe the audience should look into this. That doesn't just happen for no reason.
he goes like this.
Listen to
we
this.
gotta keep comedy clubs safe from Chris D'Elia. Like, dude, what are you talking about?
All your victims were from the clubs.
That's like insane.
Here, let me see.
This is the place where you find people to rape them.
Yes.
Remember?
Allegedly.
I
So
just
he's saying,
can't.
here, listen to this again.
Like, there's a guy who wrote an article the other day, and dude, he goes like this. It was like, Chris Lee is back. Does anyone give a shit? Dude, and my favorite, the article was basically like, are you serious? Are we gonna just let Chris Lee back? Seems like, dude, he says, seems like a layup for comedy clubs not to book Chris Lee. My favorite part is, he goes like this. We gotta keep comedy clubs safe from Chris D'Elia. Like, dude, what are you talking about? I'm not Voldemort, you know what I mean? Like,
you are. You're exactly. I just do sexual assault. It's not that big of a deal. This is crazy. And a lot of the audience is kind of quiet during this. You could hear people shouting, but a lot of the audience might be
people
going there like, huh?
definitely weren't. I don't know if he didn't mic the crowd right, but he wasn't getting that many laughs.
Yeah. Okay, let's hear some more. This gets pretty desperate.
I'm just a guy, and I'm just trying to do better, okay?
Oh, sorry.
I'm just a guy, and I'm just trying to do better. You hear this? And they all applaud.
And just so you guys all know, there was a million articles with a million tweets from everybody being like, Chris D'Elia invited me to his hotel room and flashed me. Chris
Yeah.
D'Elia held me with my head on his dick while tatting me in his apartment and all 75 probably girls. And then he just pretends that it was nothing.
That's what he's doing.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just a guy and I'm just trying to do better, okay?
But oh no, my point was that all he did was come on his stream and be like, yeah, I'm addicted to sex, and all of it was nobody under 18. And that's pretty much all he said.
Yeah, that's all he refuted.
That's what I was going to say, is that you don't really even barely have to explain or say anything. You just have to be like, I guess they weren't underage, right, guys? And everyone's like, what?
Yeah,
Chris D'Elia?
that's what we're hearing. Look, this gets worse.
So let him hate.
Whoa!
I gotta phase it out,
Let him
man.
hate.
So let
You know
him
what? 'Cause
hate.
if I'm honest, if I'm truly honest with you guys, for a year I wanted to end my life. I wanted to end my life, and that's the truth.
Over
Do
what?
it,
Over
do
for a year, I wanted to end my life. Over the lies, huh?
But I didn't. I got through it because my wife held me the fuck down, okay? And that's what's real. And I see that shit, man. I see that shit. You know, and here's the other thing. I know how I fucked up. I know. I'm me. I'm the one that knows what I did and what I didn't do. Me. I'm me. I'm
Whoa.
at home with my family. I see the heartbreak on my wife's face, the shit that we have to deal with, and then she gets bullied online. I see that shit. I see my dad's face and how he
This is
aged
good.
10 years in 2 years because of the stress, the situation in my family that I put myself
His dad aged 10 years because of the stress. Remember on a few episodes back, I go, we must bother Bill D'Elia with this. So it was bothering him. Hollywood producer Bill D'Elia aged 10 years in a year because of Chris. So yes, when we comment, let's go to that Bill D'Elia's page again. So I was right about this. This is where we should be directing all the Chris stuff. Not on Chris's page. He'll block, he'll take it out. Bill D'Elia. Okay.
I was looking through all of our
It's
old
hurting,
notes.
Chris.
I swear there was a note where people were saying shit about Chris in Bill D'Elia's comments, and then he was like, "What? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Chris is fine."
Chris
and I
is
swear we
fine.
had a
What are you
screenshot
ta-
of that,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't find it. So
Remember
anyway.
that?
and how he aged 10 years in 2 years because of the stress, the situation in my family that I put myself in these situations, and that's why my dad's stressed out. I have to deal with that shit. Me.
Look at this. Oh, here come the Abrams. Abrams. Now, remember, before he goes into Abrams, this whole speech, he's been touring and doing this bit for a year now. He's done probably 50 different cities. He's done this exact same bit where he cries on demand. Quite the actor. So don't be fooled. Remember, and his audience is fooled. This is a guy who's able to cry for 50 shows. This is a guy who's able to go on tour, tell the same story with this much passion 50 different times and invoke tears. You should only cry maybe on 2 of them. And then you should be able to tell the story without the pause for Abrams. Now, the fact that he's doing the Abrams after touring this material for 50 cities leads me to believe this is all acting. And Chris has his little routine all mapped out. And here it goes. So this pause is part of the act. You can see this at every show.
Thank you.
I love you, Chris, they're yelling. Chin up, my boy. Chin up.
Thank you.
Wait, go back a second.
Yeah.
What if we just imagine that guy's going, "Red Bar's watching," and then Chris is hanging his head in shame?
Let's see.
Thank you. If I'm honest, you know, I talk a lot about fear, and that's something that I am fearful of. Is I feel like because of the situations that I put myself in and my addiction that
Here come the Abrams. My addiction.
it's my fault that my dad is getting
Don't
older.
forget.
Listen,
sorry,
wait.
I'm sorry. This is
God.
sex addiction.
It's not even sex addiction. He's using sex addiction to cover up for sexual assault.
Cover up is like you're not tearing up over sex addiction.
Exactly.
Sorry, that's beyond
I mean,
my line.
again, we're not. This audience is so fooled into believing, oh, we got to help this guy through sex addiction.
Oh, and thank God he has the word addiction to
Yeah.
cover for him.
Exactly.
For all of
I mean,
this.
that's what it is.
Like, what a gift.
Yeah. Okay, let's let him get through this.
Of the situations that I put myself in and my addiction that it's my fault that my dad is getting older, you know?
See, it's everybody. It's my dad, my wife, my kid. It's nothing about the victims. He's upset and crying because this brought great shame to his Hollywood dad. That's the issue for
Not
Chris.
even
That's what he's
brought up
trying to fix.
once.
He's trying to fix the shame part of it.
Throughout this entire special, he mentions him, how he might have hurt his kid, how he might have hurt his
Yeah.
wife, how he might have hurt his growth, how he might have hurt his money,
Yeah.
how he might have hurt his dad, how he might have hurt his mom, but not a single time is he ever like, I hurt another person with
No.
my actions.
No. So I like the dad stuff. Remember, direct all Chris D'Elia frustration to the dad from now on. Because listen to this.
Of the situations that I put myself in and my addiction that it's my fault that my dad is getting older, you know? Because he couldn't deal with the stress.
Oh.
Yes, wait. I'm so sorry to
Okay.
keep interrupting, but I literally said this exact same thing when we were watching this. Young Kirks in the chat says Nanette from the point of view of the rapist.
Yeah, Nanette from the point of view of the rapist.
That's
Brilliant.
exactly what
We said that. I would love if somebody sent this to Nanette. Maybe she could go over this. This could be, Nanette could take this to theaters and do a live react and interject. Nanette,
And everybody mocked Nanette. to no
everyone
end
mocked
because-
Nanette.
oh,
Well,
and
I
she's-
hope everyone's mocking this. I
Of
don't see any
course.
comedian support for this.
But
you know,
she
you're not
spends
seeing other
40
comedians.
minutes crying about being raped, and then a few years later, there's a special of a literal rapist.
Yeah, the rapist crying for
about
40
how
minutes
he was
about being accused or about being caught. Here.
insane.
And you know what? It's sad. It is. It's sad. But it's also, it's a blessing too. And what I mean is, look, we had Calvin, and
Oh, the son.
he was the first grandson for my mom and dad, and they get to experience that, and that's a lovely thing, you know?
Nothing to do with this.
And my dad, he looks just like Calvin. It's really cute.
Ooh, that part kills me, man. This ain't a Christmas movie, bro. Please. And my dad, he looks just like Calvin. Do you hear this? I got to hear that one again. Listen to this. Look at this.
To experience
This
that,
acting.
and that's a lovely thing, you know? And my dad, he looks just like Calvin. It's really cute.
Ooh.
I mean, people would always say,
This is a
to me
movie
growing up,
scene.
wow, you look just like your dad. And now they say, Calvin looks just like you. And I always thought that was cute, but I never really knew what it meant until I saw my dad and Calvin together. And that's beautiful. Now I get it. And they love playing with each other. My dad is, my dad's getting older. I don't know how long he's going to be around.
Oh, boo-hoo. The Hollywood asshole Bill D'Elia. Like, who gives a fuck? This
don't
guy's
know how
probably
long.
done, what you've done. He's got a desk full of fucking discs.
He's gonna be around. I don't know how long he's gonna be around,
Believe me, your dad's probably done the same
but
thing.
I don't know how long he's gonna be around.
I know how long he gonna be around. Right, guys?
Our dad.
Look at this. We should feel bad for you and your rich Hollywood jerk dad.
My dad's getting older. But you know what? So is Calvin. And it's sweet, man. It's bittersweet because I see the two of them together. My dad loves playing with Calvin. Calvin loves playing with my dad. And I saw them the other day on
This
the
makes
couch
no
together.
sense. Listen to this.
And my aging father was looking at Calvin, just playing with a truck. And my dad had a moment where he pat Calvin on the back, and he said, "You and me, buddy, we're in the same boat."
Okay, so what does that mean?
So
that
what?
they're both hanging their head in shame because they have a rapist dad and a rapist
They
son?
both have
Is that the same boat?
inseparable ties.
We're in the
to
same boat, kid.
SA.
Okay, let's hear. What's the explanation? Who cares if your dad said we're in the same boat? And why did
It
he
was
say
really
that?
sweet until I realized that my dad meant mentally.
Okay. You thought he meant you guys are in the same boat, but you guys weren't in a boat. What would he have meant by that, if not mentally? You know? It's cheeseburger territory.
That's what he meant. My dad was making a joke, but it's true, you know? And isn't that a motherfucker? He was making a joke because he's scared of dying, and that's what I do, man.
Scared of dying.
Like father, like son.
Wait, the joke was, we're in the same boat, Calvin, 1-year-old boy, that he's scared of dying? I don't think Calvin's scared of dying yet. I hope
Wait,
not.
Let's break this down.
Yeah,
He's a
I don't get
rapist.
this.
Step 1,
Yeah.
he's a rapist.
Alleged.
Step 2, the dad and son are on the couch, and the dad says, we're in the same boat.
To Calvin.
Step 3, the dad's afraid of dying.
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue.
Okay, so is Calvin afraid of dying too?
But it is crazy, and it is true. Like, there is going to be that moment where my dad and Calvin are in the same boat. They're going to have that moment, that exact moment where Calvin is growing
What?
and my dad is dying. And they're
How is that the exact moment? Your dad's dying, he's growing. That's a completely different moment. The only way for it to be exact is if your dad was dying and Calvin was dying, right?
Maybe if your dad had like a elderly childlike innocence where he related to the son at the same time, but your dad is like 65.
Yeah.
And by the time your dad
I really
is
can't figure-
70, the kid is already going to be like 16.
Yeah. So what kind of same boat will they ever be in mentally?
going to have that exact same moment where they have the exact same mental capacity.
What?
And they're going to look at each other and they're going to be like, Bardar.
Ooh, that's a callback to some stupid thing his kid never said. And he's so proud of himself. He thinks this is a big relief moment in the scene. They barely give it up for the, well,
They were forced.
they've been
They put up an
cued, yeah.
applause sign.
So
They were forced.
he said Bardar. The callback was this Bardar, and you could only imagine what he said earlier.
It
what he
was
said.
that his kid said a funny
And so he goes
word.
Bardar, and they go,
Okay.
and then they see that he's paused, and they go, "Oh, this is bigger than we know it
I mean,
is,"
and they're
or-
also really tired. They thought this would be shorter.
Yeah.
This is over an hour at this
Yeah.
point. And
Okay.
there hasn't been a laugh in about 20 minutes.
No, it's been this Nanette speech.
So look, it's sad, and that's real. Real life is hard.
Ooh, that was like a Bill Maher half-split audience clap, too. That was like a debate. You know,
No way.
the
Bill
presidential
Maher's
debates
claps
clap.
have passion.
Yeah, sure, sometimes.
And that's okay. I just can't shut that shit out, you know?
Oh!
I can't cope with it in bad ways. I have to feel those feelings. But the good thing is, my parents getting older is funny too.
Whoop.
It is. It can be both things at the same time.
Okay, he does
for
a big
instance-
long bit about his mom getting into the car because
Okay.
she's old. But you can go to 11150 for everybody's favorite audience freeze frame. Let's see. who's here.
11150. Let's check out the audience. I'm excited. I want to see what these people look like. Let's see.
Jig is up. Like we were gonna get thrown out on the side of the road because what 5-year-old shits their pants? But luckily, I thought quickly and I leaned in and I said, "I'm sorry, sir, my wife farted." And you know what? I had Calvin's back. So say
This
what
is
you
just
want about me,
closer.
but I'm a good dad. Thank you very much.
Say what you want about me, but I'm a good dad. Closer. Look at this. Look at this. And then we're going to check out this audience, see what kind of people these people are.
I had Calvin's back. So say what you want about me,
This is the
but
closer.
I'm a good dad. Thank you very much.
And he's about to cry. They stand up. Standing O. Okay, let's see if we get... Okay, we've got some light on. Let's see what we got here. Let's see, because I really want to see the people who would stand and
Yeah.
applaud Chris. Ooh. Okay, so it's still a little blurry here. What kind of kid would you think this is?
What is that person?
Let's see. And you got a bunch of, look at this, morbidly obese chicks too.
I just watched this once and this shot flies over the audience, but one thing I noticed in my tiny glances, it seems to be only fat chicks.
Yes, if you zoom in, like right here, this is like a morbidly
girl
obese granny.
Has heard the news and she won't dare.
I don't know. What if these fat chicks just don't care about the rape, and this actually makes them feel closer to him, as if they could get in tighter with the celeb because he's spoiled, right? He's spoiled rotten. So
like
maybe these
the
fatties
time.
can get in. Let's see if we could get closer. Okay, let's see what we got here.
Is
that a guy in overalls? Look
right
at this.
Up front.
Overalls guy. What do we got here? Yeah, see, this woman's morbidly
She's
obese. And they all look like stalkers. Like all the women look like stalkers that like tie up their favorite author.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these
Bestie,
women.
if you will.
Bestie, yeah. Let's see.
When I see these people, my immediate reaction is call their boss.
Call their bosses. Yeah. Let's see. Can we get it any tighter? Ooh. Call his boss. Show him this.
I mean, I feel like if you are able to use AI to find who these people are, calling their boss is completely justified.
Yeah.
All you have to say is, Crystalia's crimes, they were there.
They
They're
loved
in
it.
on it.
Standing ovation at the crimes.